On December 26, 1996, Patsy Ramsey called the Boulder County Police Department to report that her 6-year-old daughter JonBenét Ramsey had been kidnapped. Upon the police's arrival, it was discovered that she was not kidnapped. Experts, media commentators, and the Ramsey have identified potential suspects in the case. Boulder police initially focused almost exclusively upon John and Patsy, who are JonBenét's parents, but by October 1997, had over 1,600 people in their index of persons of interest for the case. And now, after more than 24 years of investigations, it is still an unsolved mystery. Before we start, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to receive our latest notifications. Named after her father, John Bennett, and her mother, Patricia, also called Patsy, JonBenét Patricia Ramsey was born on August 6, 1990, in Atlanta, Georgia. She had an older brother named Burke. JonBenét was an outgoing Southern girl who enjoyed being the center of attention. By age 6, she had already won multiple pageant titles, thanks to her bouncy blondie hair, poised smile, and glittery costumes. Her father, a multimillionaire businessman, and her mother, who was also a former beauty queen, Miss West Virginia of 1977, doted on their daughter in every way they could. Their luxurious home was plush with everything she needed to live a comfortable life. She was enrolled in kindergarten at High Peaks Elementary School in Boulder, Colorado. She was having a good life, filled with happiness and joy, until the horrible day came. In December 25, 1996, JonBenét was reported missing. According to statements that Patsy gave to authorities on December 26, she realized that her daughter was missing after she found a 2.5-page handwritten ransom note on the kitchen staircase at the Ramsey family's Boulder residence. The note demanded $118,000. John pointed out to the police first on the scene that the amount was nearly identical to his Christmas bonus of the prior year, which suggested that someone who would have access to that information would be involved in the crime. Investigators looked at several theories behind the dollar amount demanded. Considering employees at Axis Graphics, which is a computer service company that John was the president of. They also considered the possibility that the ransom demand was a reference to Psalm 118, and spoke to religious sources to determine possible relevance. The ransom note was unusually long. The FBI told the police that it was very unusual for such a note to be written at the crime scene. The police believed that the note was staged because it did not have any fingerprints, except for Patsy's and the authorities who had handled it, and because it included an unusual use of exclamation marks and initialisms. The note and the practice draft were written with a pen and notepad from the Ramsey home. According to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation report, there are indications that the author of the ransom note is Patricia Ramsey. However, the evidence fell short after a definitive conclusion. The only people known to be in the house on the night of JonBenét's disappearance were her immediate family, Patsy and John Ramsey, and their son Burke. The ransom note contained specific instructions against contacting police and friends, but Patsy telephoned the police at 5:52 a.m. She also called family and friends. 2 police officers responded to the 911 call and arrived at the Ramsey home within 3 minutes. They conducted a cursory search of the house, but did not find any sign of forced entry. At 1 p.m., Detective Arndt asked John Ramsey and Fleet White, a family friend, to search the house to see if anything seemed amiss. They started their search in the basement. John opened the latched door, which had been overlooked by the police, and found his daughter's body in one of the rooms. JonBenét's mouth was covered with duct tape. John picked up the child's body and took it upstairs. When JonBenét was moved, the crime scene was further contaminated, and critical forensic evidence was disturbed for the returning of forensics team. Errors that were made in the initial investigation complicated the resolution of the crime and applicable theory. Those errors included loss and contamination of evidence, lack of experienced and technical staff on the investigation, evidence shared with the Ramseys, and delayed informal interviews with the parents. The autopsy revealed that John Bennett had been killed by strangulation and a skull fracture. The official cause of death was asphyxia by strangulation associated with craniocerebral trauma. There was no evidence of conventional rape, although sexual assault could not be ruled out. On July 9, 2008, the Boulder District Attorney's Office announced that, as a result of newly developed DNA sampling and testing techniques, the Ramsey family members were excluded as suspects in the case. To add to the weirdness of the situation, John Mark Carr, a 41-year-old elementary school teacher, was arrested in Bangkok, Thailand, on August 15, 2006, when he falsely confessed to murdering John Bennett. He claimed that he had drugged, sexually assaulted, and accidentally killed her. According to CNN, authorities also said they did not find any evidence linking Carr to the crime scene. So far, two theories fell down. The theory that claims that the parents might have something to do with John Bennett's death, and the theory that claims that an intruder broke inside the house and killed the little girl. But over the years, another theory rose to the spotlight. A theory that says that Burke Ramsey, the older brother, killed his sister accidentally while they were playing, and the parents invented the kidnapper and ransom story to cover up for Burke. During a September 2016 interview with CBC Detroit, and in the case of John Bennett's Ramsey documentary television program, forensic pathologist Werner Spitz accused Burke Ramsey of killing his sister. On October 6, 2016, Burke filed a defamation lawsuit against Spitz. Burke and his attorneys, who include Len Wood, sought a total of $150 million in punitive and compensatory damages. Wood said he would also file a suit against CBC at the end of October 2016. On December 28, 2016, Burke Ramsey's lawyers filed an additional civil lawsuit that accused CBC, the production company Critical Content, and 7 experts and consultants of defamation of character. They sought $250 million in compensatory damages and $500 million in punitive damages. John Bennett is now buried in Marietta, Georgia, besides her mother, who died from ovarian cancer in 2006, and her half-sister Elizabeth Ramsey, who died in a car crash in 1992. Countless books, documentaries, and true crime shows have featured their own theories about John Bennett's murder. Outside of the Ramsey family, the media has also reported on others deemed suspicious. From the convicted child sex offender, Gary Olivia, to the housekeeper Linda Hoffman, to the electrician Michael Helgoth, to even the town's Santa, Bill McReynolds. However, none of these people have been charged, and the crime remains unsolved to our day. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more of our videos. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.